All right, everybody, it's time for the And a Chaser Spirits and Beer Pairing Show. It is Wednesday, December the 4th, 2024. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me. As always, on this show is none other than Mr. Beer Samurai and Mr. Beer and Whiskey Whisperer. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen.
I hope you're talking to the people that are watching and not Dave and I.
Hey, you started it with the gentleman's shit.
That's true.
I'm backing Tom on this one.
Holiday cocktails, man. I'm ready for holiday cocktails. I've been really excited about this one.
Wait
It
a
was
second.
my fault.
Holiday cocktails. It's the holiday cocktail.
Oh, it's holiday.
And it was my fault. We've had to reschedule this show, and I've been dying to do this one.
It's all good. It's all good. So
Okay.
we are here and we are about to do holiday cocktails. Let's get right to
And
it.
we're proud.
I'm thirsty and I need a drink.
So, water. I think
So
we
can I tell you about my cocktail?
I would love you to tell us about your cocktail.
Well, before you jump into it, Tom,
Yes.
when we changed the opening music, we need something a little shorter. I think that's a little long.
Yeah, well,
it needs to be short a little, but that's just
it's actually it's funny because it's the same thing, repetitive to a little bit.
Yeah.
There's no other change in it. It's literally shorter than the intro to both the beer podcast and the sports podcast. It's actually shorter,
but it's just redundant.
it's just redundant. So yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah,
it's like listening to whole music.
Exactly. Oh, we have a comment already. It's Mr. Dave Campanelle. This is a podcast full of gentlemen. Wow, how's the definition of gentleman disintegrated? Now, big time, big time.
More of that.
Well, we use that term loosely.
Exactly.
We use that term very loosely.
Exactly.
Okay. Tom's cocktail.
So can I say so?
we're very happy to delay the show because we're so excited to see what Tom did.
When we did our holiday beer show, Douglas Smith made a comment alluding to me coming up with a cocktail based on Old Fezziwig.
Yep.
And so this is that cocktail. So this is I use Sam Adams Old Fezziwig as the inspiration, and as you know, it's an ale brewed with cinnamon, ginger, and orange peel. So what I did is I made a simple using those ingredients: cinnamon, ginger, and orange peel. And the whiskey I chose to use for that is Watershed Distillery. It's their 4-year-old 90 proof, but it is finished in apple brandy barrels.
Nice.
So I'm getting that holiday kind of feel if you're with me. So I'm going to make this one right in front of you.
Ruh-roh.
I've got my shaker here. I'm going to pour the whiskey.
Leave it there. The cat will get it.
I don't have a cat.
Leave it there. The dog will get it.
Oh, thank God for bar mats.
There you go. That's what they're there for.
Okay, so I got the whiskey in there, and I'm going to put 1 ounce of that simple that I described.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also going to put a few dashes of ginger bitters to up the aromatics.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And let me get my simple in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do 1 ounce of simple. I don't like a real sweet cocktail, but I want to taste these particular ingredients, so I'm using a little more than I might typically. And what did I do with my lid? There it is. And I'm using the glass that Dave saw me use on another show. We haven't decided if this is a Nick and Nora or if it's just a cordial glass. But anyway.
It's 4 ounces, so I think it's right on that borderline. So I would call it a Nick and Nora.
So I've got the garnish is an orange peel, cinnamon stick, and some candied ginger.
Very nice.
Candied ginger.
Candy and ginger, both of them?
Well, I have a bit of a sweet tooth, folks.
There you go.
Oh, he's never mind.
I know.
I acknowledge that Tom didn't.
Ginger and Marianne.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so I've got the Old Fezziwig, so I'm going to open that up for you as well.
Obviously, the pairing beer.
And of course, I have the proper glass.
That is a proper glass.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the thing is, I hadn't bought Old Fezziwig in quite some time. It came in a mixed pack we got at Sam's, and I hadn't had it in a while. And it just might have been one of those things of absence makes the heart grow fonder, because I really have enjoyed it immensely. And I don't remember really liking it that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed this year's. Here we go. Let me show you that beer, and let me hold that cocktail up and try not to spill because I got it a little full.
Take a little sip, then pull it up. There you go.
Yeah, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and absinthe makes the brain grow foggier.
Foggier, yeah. Very nice. Very pretty cocktail.
Oh, that is very nice. So I get the.
You have a very pretty cocktail.
So I feel. Thank you. So I feel that bourbon with the apple brandy notes that blends well with that ginger, orange peel, and cinnamon simple.
Sure.
And I used it. So what I did for the cinnamon though is I used a cinnamon stick. So it just slowly imparts the cinnamon as opposed to using ground where you get it a whole bunch at a time. I want that just to slowly infuse in there.
Very good.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Samurai?
Well, I mixed it while Tom was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Tom was talking a lot. I was really excited about this cocktail.
No, and I was paying attention. I love what you're doing there.
I'll do the same this way. I'll do mine while.
Oh, you can. While I'm talking, you can probably make 3 cocktails, John.
That's true.
But what I've done here is I keyed in on the cranberries. Holiday cranberries. You gotta go with cranberries. So what I've done here is I've taken equal parts of cranberries and vodka. So it's a cranberry vodka, but I'm not gonna leave it right there. So what I've done is I've put in 2 measures of each of those, 1 measure of Grand Marnier, and then some cinnamon simple syrup at about half a measure.
There you go.
And the way I'm going to garnish this is I grilled an orange earlier.
Very nice.
So I'm going to float the orange on top here.
Oh, nice. Oh, man, look at you getting fancy.
But then on the top of it, and this is what brings the whole thing together, just right on top of the orange, a pinch of salt.
Oh, wow, that's brilliant.
And what you do is I learned this at a distillery. You take a sip before the salt gets in, and then use your finger and stir the orange around into it. That will express some of the orange juice, acids into it, as well as the salt.
Get the oils in there, yeah.
Oh my fucking god!
Yep, sounds like the dog outsmarted Maddie again.
I was going to say, I thought they were talking about your cocktail.
You fucking do.
Hold on a second.
All right.
Johnny, tell me what you got going on while he's doing that.
Well, I'm making it now.
Or I'll wax poetic more about mine if you want to save yours.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish it. I'll say when Dave's on. Go ahead. Wax poetic got yours.
Wax poetic. So yeah, I had the idea a while back when we did our holiday show, and I did a version of it on a live video. That's what Douglas Smith was alluding to. But I was trying to keep that under wraps. But
right.
All right, Dave, we're ready for you.
Alrighty, so that's the drink, and I really I like the way the salt brings all those flavors together, especially when you use as much simple syrup as I put in it. I want to balance that out.
A pinch of salt always does wonders.
Yep, especially
too much salt doesn't. Well, it does wonders. Just I wonder why you use too much salt. But
yeah. And then what I'm pairing this,
kind of like lactose.
Exactly. We usually talk about it the other way around on the show.
Exactly.
But what I'm pairing it with, because there are some similar flavors in this beer, is Great Lakes Christmas Ale.
Okay.
So
where are they out of, David? I'm not familiar with them.
They're out of Cleveland.
Cleveland, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. You said Great Lakes. Okay.
Great Lakes, yep.
I am familiar, yeah. I heard you wrong.
Known for Edmund Fitzgerald, of course, and Burning River, and a bunch of other.
For Edmund Fitzgerald, funny enough, whatchamacallit is also known for Edmund Fitzgerald. Gordon Lightfoot.
He is, however, he does.
The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
That's true.
Yes.
And Lake Superior is also known
as Gitchy Gumi.
Gitchy Gumi, yes.
It is known as Gitchy Gumi. So, this drinking the cocktail first, and this really brings the roast out. And then, really makes the drink a little fruitier, as expected. So, yeah. So, enjoy that pairing.
There you go. Got a couple comments just basically on what Dave was talking about just now in his cocktail. Dave Campanelle commented, Dave drinking vodka. Is he watching his girlish figure?
Yeah, if you're Roseanne Barr.
And then he said, sounds like a certain someone is not happy with the dog.
Mm.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
Poor dog.
And Douglas Smith said slancha. There you go.
Sláinte, Douglas.
Sláinte.
Here's that cocktail you alluded to.
Yes, it is. All right. So, folks, for my cocktail, I kind of, did like a meditation, blurring the lines between East and East West. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Unga bagunga, Joe.
Gunga galunga.
Unga galunga.
Oh my gosh.
So
Anyway,
you got that going for you, which is nice.
so I got that. So I wanted to use the gin that Dave had brought me back from Dismal Harmony Distilling about 150 years ago.
That's about right.
There we go. And so I'm like, okay, let's do some gin cocktails. And what would be a celebratory holiday-esque type gin cocktail? What's a celebratory fruit to go with a cocktail? That for me, it would be cranberry, right? So I made my first cocktail was going to be a cranberry gin martini, but
That's what you told me.
Yes. But here's the problem. It occurred to me about 40 minutes before we started the show that if you remember the last time I was going to do a martini, I broke my martini, my one and only martini.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I haven't replaced it. So therefore it turned into a the same cocktail, but in a rocks glass with ice. So
That's still a martini.
it's still a martini. So
The glass is named after the drink, not the other way around.
Gotcha. So it's so if you want to call it that, a cranberry gin martini with a little lime, garnished with a lime as well. So there's the cocktail.
Very nice.
Oh, it looks nice. Yeah.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Sláinte.
Oh my
Thanks,
God,
guys.
that's fantastic. I might have to do another one of those. I think I will.
I like how we all went in three different directions. I got the whiskey, Dave's got the vodka, you got the gin. That's awesome.
That's fantastic. And
With no
lime-
communication.
no, and the lime in there actually brings. I mean, this is a perfect martini. Because the gin is really popping through. That there's not a lot of cranberry in there. I mean, if you look at it, it's very light.
So Johnny, can you tell me about that gin you're using?
It's fantastic. I literally wanted to sit here and smell it. Dave will tell you too, because he's got a bottle of it that he's pulling out right now.
You mean this one right here?
Oh, it's so.
I got a lot less in mine than John's got in his.
The aromatics are
So
amazing. The botanicals are just crazy.
What did you say the brand on it was?
Dismal Harmony. It's a distillery in
Morristown.
Morristown, New Jersey. So it's a
Okay,
local
New Jersey.
distillery.
Gotcha. All right, that's
And
awesome.
It's fantastic. I mean, I just from this one cocktail and my smelling twice out of that bottle now, I got it right up and get another bottle, and I only made one cocktail with it so far. So.
This is they're right behind the Morristown Diner.
There you go. So my beer that I'm pairing with the cocktail. Okay, so I'm like, I originally, and I told Dave this yesterday, I originally was going to pair a darker beer, a winter ale, if you will, a winter warmer, basically.
But you drank that yesterday.
I know I didn't drink it yesterday.
No, that's
I didn't.
fine. Never mind.
I didn't.
Never
Yeah.
mind. Yeah.
Right. So, and then I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's gin, it's lighter. So I need something a little bit lighter. It doesn't necessarily have to be super light, like or anything like that. Like, but it's got to be lighter than a big, heavy, beefy winter warmer. I can't do that just because of some of the flavors that are in it. But I thought to myself, okay, let's go in another direction. Instead of pairing the flavor, if you will, let's pair what it is. Right. This is a holiday cocktail, so it's a celebratory cocktail. Okay. And
Yes.
what better way to celebrate with a beer
Good celebration.
than with celebration?
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Kind of saw
That's
where you're going
brilliant.
there about a mile down the road.
There you go. So I'm going to pour that celebration in my glass.
Very nice. Very
Yes.
nice.
In the glass is a good go. I like
Yes.
that's,
Well,
that's a wise choice right
I was
there.
going to pour it in my mouth directly.
That works too, man.
That works. It cuts the middle, man.
I know it's a pretty color, but I usually drink Celebration out of the can. You know, take that.
Do you really?
Yeah, take that page out of Heady Topper. You know, drink it straight out of the can.
I always drink it out of the can too. I hate drinking a beer in the can. So,
Actually, I drink things in the can.
well, the
Actually,
shower beer. I can have a shower beer.
No, there's been times I've been on the can drinking a beer, and I had someone call me out on Facebook saying, "Wow, that's disgusting." Drinking, with all those particulates in the air, and I'm like, "Well, shout out to the guy who wears a gas mask when he takes a crap." Seriously, you're breathing it. What's the difference if you're having a drink while you're breathing it? That makes no sense to me.
Exactly.
So
there you go. All right, and just a little holiday cheers with my again improper glassware. There you go. So cheers.
Launcha.
Chindan. All right.
don't bite.
Chin chin, as they say. We have another comment from Douglas Smith. He said, "Will you ever do a Laird's Applejack cocktail show? Phenomenal New Jersey brand and products. I love Applejack
See,
candy."
can I answer that first? Douglas, I have some Laird's Applejack here, and I've designed a couple cocktails with it. And I thought about using that one for this show, but then I went this other direction. But yes, I love Laird's Applejack, man. I do a cocktail using this whiskey because it's an apple brandy finished, and then that Laird's Applejack. It just makes a brilliant cocktail. Yes, I would love to do that.
We could do that, and I got the perfect beer to pair with it.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's a pumpkin ale aged in barrels that Carton does.
Yes. Scobie
Aged in those same Laird's Applejack barrels.
Yes.
Had
I known that you had Laird's, that would have been a great Thanksgiving cocktail show.
Mhm.
There you go.
If we'd done that before Thanksgiving, I wasn't going to do that one.
We did. The last show we did was a week before Thanksgiving, so we could have. Well, actually, you weren't on the show though.
Yeah, see, I had to bow out.
And the thing is, we wound up doing a Jersey show,
And we wound up doing a Jersey
and
show.
Laird's is Jersey, so that it would have worked. But
It would have worked.
the fact that we know you have it now, we'll have to work that in.
I try to keep a bottle of one of their brands, one of their varieties all the time. I love that product.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been around for a very long time.
And Doug Smith just said, Dave has started a trend: toilet beer.
Hey,
Toilet beer has been around for years. Budweiser has been around for many, many years.
That's
potty
toilet water beer. That's
I'm
toilet water
sorry.
The potty beer.
I got confused. I'm sorry.
And the thing is, I'm going to defend it because sometimes you got your beer, you're drinking your beer, and you gotta go, right, Tom? Sometimes you just gotta go.
Sometimes you just gotta go. Do you really want me to tell that story, Dave?
No. Here's the thing. You've never been in a bar or club back in the day when you were younger and had your drink and had to go to the bathroom. And you walked in and you placed it on the ledge above the urinal and went to the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
That's
That's what the ledge is for. So we've all had a beer or drink in the bathroom, if you will.
Right.
I do from time to time have shower beers. I do take a beer in the shower.
Yeah,
I do. Oh man, you're bringing me back to my vacation at the Brew Dog and the shower beer. Oh man,
that has a damn fridge in the shower full of beer.
Oh man, that was.
I thought they had taps.
That was just. It was just lovely, man. I just liked it a lot.
Right, the tap is over the dresser, but the fridge is in the shower.
There you go. I would have done the other way. Yeah. But anyway, cool. So this is drinking phenomenal. I mean, so you have no idea how good this is. I am so pleased I made this. I'll have to make this.
Well, I've had this. This is probably the 8th of these that I've had now.
Is it? Oh yeah, because you had to prep it and.
Oh, I've been working on it. This is the first time that I've
been working your way back to
you, babe.
Me, babe.
With the burning love inside. Yeah, no, but
you Jersey boys
with the burning orange inside.
With the burnt orange inside, yes.
Yes.
Look at you.
But it's
with a burnt orange inside.
But the next one, well,
silence.
We're gonna let Tom go to his second.
So I wanted to show you that glass again. I really like. My wife found this at a thrift store, probably for pennies, and that is just a beautiful glass. That
is a pretty glass.
Yeah. No,
it's elegant, and I'm not necessarily an elegant guy, but I like the glassware.
Hey, when the glassware classes you up a little bit, you gotta go with it.
You gotta go.
Any glassware would class me up a little bit, but I'm going to finish my beer and I'm going to grab that second cocktail.
There you go. Before you do that, you noticed my shirt.
I ate a. See, I don't have my glasses on, and I'm on the
90. I ate a 96er.
Yep.
Hold on.
You're gonna have to explain to me what that means.
I ate a 96er. Nobody? Anyone?
I got nothing.
That's a 96-ounce steak, wasn't it?
That would be a 96-ounce steak. And who ate it? And in what movie?
Is that Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
No. You're close. You're close. It was slightly before Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, was it the cousin?
No, Doug Smith got it right on the nose. It would be The Great Outdoors. Yes.
It's been like
Oh yeah, yes.
it was John Candy. That's
John
right.
Candy and
I like- I can picture-
John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, Annette Bening, and whoever the other woman was, and their kids. They're all up in the outdoors.
And I pictured him saying it, but it's been like
Yes, that's shit. I can't believe I didn't know that.
I think the last time I saw it, Matt Patensky may not have been alive.
There you go.
Just saying.
All right.
And then Brian
right.
Boak actually just commented and he says, cheers. Sorry I missed last night. Got busy drinking Equilibrium, Mobius, Brazil, Plalifolia Vanilla.
Interesting.
There you go. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, cheers, Brian. Cheers, Brian. We did miss you commenting last night, but
Cheers.
busy, yeah.
We still
Duty
had
called and
a very
we'll
very
talk soon.
we had a very
What's it?
chat group.
So,
Anyway, let me tell you about cocktail number 2. I'm using
do.
the Echo Spirits from Columbus, Ohio.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes, Columbus, Ohio. Echo Spirits
Where my
maple
son
finish,
is right now. Yeah.
maple finish rye. This is a cask at 121, aged 3 years old in new oak barrels. So I've used this whiskey. I've used Sweetwater's bourbon barrel aged maple syrup, also from Ohio. So I've got the
Nice.
maple finished maple syrup. That's my sweetness. And some wrong one. Cocoa bitters. And then also used the King and Dane out of Ohio coffee liqueur. So I've got
Oh, very
maple coffee. So I call this one Christmas morning.
That's
nice.
awesome.
You're not far off from my Kentucky
Yeah,
morning.
I actually have to make that.
My
make
because
that.
my Kentucky morning uses that smoked it's got the bourbon, it's got the coffee, it's got the smoked maple syrup.
This maple syrup is crazy good, man.
So that's very
Put
very
it on
close
my
to what I make.
pancakes. But this coffee liqueur is probably the best I've ever had. It's from Toledo Spirits, Toledo, Ohio, obviously. But man, it is really good. But I picked it up in Columbus.
So those are the two places where our two cocktails diverge. There is you're using coffee liqueur. I just use straight up coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and you're using a barrel aged maple syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and I'm using a smoked maple syrup.
nice. Okay,
That's
that's beautiful.
Those are
Great
very
minds and all, David. Great minds.
And then there's you and me.
And I grabbed yeah. I grabbed the second beer because I thought if I had 2 cocktails, 2 beers. But anyway, so I'm using another one from Ohio. This is from Cleveland, Masthead Brewing, single origin
love that.
coffee stout. This thing is
amazing.
gorgeous.
John, what's your favorite thing at Masthead?
Masthead?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I'm no. I'm confusing it with something else. Never mind.
No, you're confusing it with Mass Landing
Mass Landing. Yep.
up in there. Masthead in Cleveland is amazing.
Yeah, this beer is it's
Well, you-
arguably the best coffee stout I've ever had. It is just this thing.
Did you go up to Masthead in Cleveland, or did you?
I did.
that
We
beer?
didn't get to Cleveland. I actually bought this beer. I actually bought this beer at the Jungle Gyms in Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mass Landing's amazing.
I'm sorry, I've confused everybody now.
Masthead is really they have really tasty. There's a lot of good liquid in Cleveland. It really is.
This one's at 6.9%, and again, this is quite possibly the best coffee stout I've ever had. It is just brilliant.
I'll be right back. I did some spillage, and I usually have napkins available. I don't right now. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Spillage.
He's really working it tonight. He's really.
How are you doing on your cocktail there, John?
I'm doing great on my cocktail.
You still on a first? You're still working the first one, right?
No. I'm making my second.
You're making your second. Okay.
Oh yeah, making my second.
Boy, this is. I mean, I guess I don't hate you because I seem to do it a lot. I don't mean to pat myself on the back so much, but boy, this thing is really delicious.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
I
this
tell
is-
folks all the time that your cocktail is only as good as the ingredients you put in it.
100%.
A lot of folks will say, "Why would you use a whiskey of that quality in a cocktail?" Well, because I want it to be good.
Exactly. Now don't get me wrong, there are some bourbons that I'll use in old fashions that that are lower price points, if you will. But when I say lower price points, I'm not talking about like a $10,
You're not talking about Kessler or 10 High, right?
not at all. No.
Yeah.
But like Dave and I were just talking last night, like Four Roses makes amazing bourbon, and their
Mhm.
small batch and their single barrel are ridiculously good. But their regular bourbon, which everybody just dismisses, is a great mixer bourbon.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great for a highball. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer in working your way down the food chain, right? If you're having your first drink of the night, make it good. Use your best stuff that you want for that
And then
cocktail.
work your way down, 100%.
Then
Right?
put that one back in the cabinet,
100%. Dave, finish up.
Well, I'm working on my second. I have to redo it because I completely missed the fact that this is labeled Ancho vodka and poured the wrong thing into my mixer. So I had to pull another mixer out. And I'm still working on this, and I'm trying to figure out what I do.
I love your infused vodkas, David. You are a genius, man.
Some of these are so much fun. And so what I've done here is I have gone and taken, well, what I wanted to do is I want to do a play on a Mexican hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mexican hot chocolate is punctuated by chocolate, cinnamon, and chili.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using Mozart's dark chocolate.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there you go.
This stuff is amazing. I'm using my Ancho vodka, but I also wanted some other vodka in it, just plain straight up vodka. But I'm also using my cinnamon simple syrup. So that is the common ingredient between the two of these. I wanted to, try to tie the name of this into like the Aztec version of Christmas, but that's Panquetzalitzel. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. So I was thinking maybe something.
Well, unless you're a cunning linguist and not a common cunning linguist.
Not a common cunning linguist.
I've been
Thank
playing
you,
English for many years.
Deep purple. Lovely.
That was that. I'm glad you got that reference. That common cunning linguist. I saw them on that tour, by the way.
A master of many tongues.
100%.
I saw Deep Purple on that Perfect Strangers tour. It was amazing.
That's great. That's awesome.
And so I think I may call this, if it was Hawaiian, I'd call it Melly, Can I Lick Your Mama? But
I told him to call it Princess Kamanawanalea.
but that's not how.
Come on, I want to leave.
I was going to do a cinnamon stick, but it just kind of like falls right deep into that. So
That's fine.
It wasn't tall enough. On the other cocktail,
Just like you.
yeah.
Oh no! Oh, short jokes. He's got short
There
jokes.
we go.
That's it. That's it. I'm going to hit you in the spleen.
At least I'm on time. The previous drink, the name I gave it was Bumble's Bounce.
Bumbles bounce, yes. Bumbles bounce.
Because it's red, like Rudolph. So I wanted a reference to the Rudolph cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But this cocktail, it really does taste like a Mexican hot chocolate. I mean, it took me a couple of times to dial this in, but it's absolutely, and it doesn't work without this. Try to replace this, and it's not going to work.
I got you.
The Mozart Dark. You have
So you can't even use Godiva Dark?
No, I don't think Godiva Dark would work in this. This is the body of this, the mouthfeel of the Mozart Dark really just makes this scream that it's just a cocktail version of a hot cocoa.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got that, it's got that little bit of bite and a little bit of smoke from the ancho. That cinnamon comes in, but not overpowering, just the way an Mexican hot chocolate is. So, I absolutely adore this. I think of all the drinks, all the cocktails that I've come up with for the show, this is hands down my favorite.
There you go.
That's absolutely brilliant, David. That really is.
That's awesome.
I love this one.
Cool.
John, what you got?
My second one, I stayed with the gin. And I stayed with
That's a good call.
I stayed with the celebratory cranberry, if you will, and I made a cranberry Negroni.
And I love that.
Oh wow! Damn, that's pretty. Yeah, that's
So,
amazing. Yeah.
Now an ounce and a half of the gin, an ounce of cranberry juice, an ounce of sweet vermouth, and a half an ounce of Campari.
Do you mind if I ask what sweet vermouth you're using?
You know what? I went to my I have
Antica,
no. I wish I had Antica.
Mullen.
No, Dolly.
Yep.
And I checked it yesterday. I actually started to tell you the story and I forgot. And I checked the Dolly, and there was like probably that much left in it. It was cakey. It was like I got to go get another bottle. Right? I had Manhattaned myself into having this little bit.
It's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing, right?
There's worse
So,
things in the world.
I made a few towards the end of the day on Thanksgiving last week. So, and I'm like,
Yeah. See, I
you know,
understand.
and I noticed that something was up with it, but I figured it was enough to make this drink tonight, right? But I can't use this. So I went to, I stopped today. I stopped at Wine Outlet over here in Allaire because I know they have Dole. It's where I've been getting it, right? They have Antica too, and I almost spent the $30 and got the bottle of Antica.
That's why you got to go to Booton. They always have it on sale.
Yeah.
That's the cheapest place you're going to find it.
So I went in and they're completely out of Dole. So I had a choice of Martini and Rossi, right?
No.
Okay. A cheaper vermouth than Martini and Rossi.
Not Cinzano.
No, it was. I forget the name. It started with T. It was. Yeah, I'm not. And then there was this one that I actually never heard of before. So I went online and looked at some reviews, and it's literally the price point is actually in line with Martini and Rossi, but the flavor is actually in line. Some people are saying that it actually slots in. And I read 3 different reviews. 2 of them were Reddit reviews. One of them was on something else. That they slotted themselves this vermouth in between Antica and Dole. So it was better than Dole, but not as good as Antica. And the price point is Martini and Rossi. So I'm like, I got to get it. I have not taken a sip of this yet, so I'll let you know in a minute. This is the first thing I had, but it's called Lionella.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I'm not familiar with that at all.
I've seen that in Jersey City.
Mm-hmm. One guy said literally he rated his top. In the one Reddit post I read, he rated his top 5 sweet vermouths, and he did his top 5 sweet vermouths, top 3, top 5 dry vermouths. And this one, there was one that I've heard of before. I can't forget. I can pull up the post and look at it, but that was number 1. Antica was number 2. This was number 3, and then something else was number 4. Dole was number 5.
Interesting. What was
So I'm like,
again?
let me pull it up. Antica was number 2.
That's interesting because I want to know what beat Antica because that's what I use for my Manhattans. What's interesting about you doing a Negroni with the Dismal Harmony gin is that trick with the orange and the salt.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that
at Dismal Harmony.
From Dismal Harmony, and what they had done was a blood orange Negroni.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! That's very interesting. Yeah,
that's where I learned it from.
So yeah, his number 1 is Contrado Rosso.
Wow, we may not even be able to get that here.
Yeah, I don't think we are. And his number 1 is Contrado Rosso, delicious but expensive. His number 2 is Antica. His number 3 is this Lionella Rosso. His number 4 is Cochi Dopo. And his number
is he a cousin of Topo Gigio's?
Topo Gigio. Yeah. And his number 5 is Dolan.
Okay,
so
that's.
But
fair.
I'm like, so I looked at this and I saw the other 2 reviews. I'm like, I got to try it. So I'm gonna try it right now. Here we go. Here's my cranberry Negroni.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cilantro.
Well, there's vermouth in it, so chin
Salud.
chin. Salud.
What's that? Might just be fucking cheers.
Wow. He's not
I like
wrong.
your attitude, Dave.
This
I
is
really
good.
do.
This is really good. This is really good. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not Antica, but it's
Which Campari do you use in it?
the Milano.
Milano.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
Boop, boop.
There it is.
Yeah.
The
Nice,
Campari.
nice, very nice.
You've got some comments you got to catch up on there, John.
I had to catch up on some comments here. After John Candy was the last one, Doug Smith said, Tom, drinking an Old Dominion cash strength at 120.
Old Dominic.
Oh, did I say Dominion?
Hang on,
Dominic cash
Douglas. I'll
strength.
be right back and show you something. Hang on.
Oh,
I'll be
geez.
right back.
At least he didn't say I got to stand up and show you something. So.
Oh, and I'm not sure. Yeah, and you got to show me yours. No,
No, you first. There you go. Old Dominic cash strength, 122 proof, whiskey whisperer approved. There you go.
Oh yeah, so I'm a big fan of Old Dominics because they tend to be very high rye. And here's one I've got here. It's a Huling Station. This is their Trolley Stop series, aged 9 years, and you're gonna check out the.
I love the bottle and label.
It's at 119.23. But when I read this mash bill to you, you're gonna go, "Oh my god!"
Go for it.
So the mash bill is 52% corn. 52, just enough to be bourbon. 44% rye.
Oh, I love it already.
44% rye, 4% malted barley. I mean, that is high rye. So I'm looking forward to popping this one. And I wish you were here to drink this one with me, Douglas.
Which way you got to do me a favor, Tom? Take a picture when we're done later. Take a picture of that label and send it to me because I want to.
I will, absolutely.
That's something I got to go get. I got to get that. But to catch up on other cocktails comments, I'm sorry. Too good to cocktail for me. Neat only. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 122
I'm
proof.
not gonna cocktail.
Well, that's what I was, Doug. That's what I was talking about before. Yeah. Like, there's a limit. Like, I agree with Tom. Put good ingredients in the cocktail, and I've put good bourbon in cocktails. But a bourbon that I'm spending a lot of money for, I'm not putting in a cocktail. That's neat every day or rocks every day.
There are some beautiful...
I kind of agree, but here's my caveat is that when you're making a whiskey forward cocktail like a Manhattan, you want that product. I mean, if you're going to put it on the rocks, you're one ingredient away from making it a Manhattan.
Well, I'll take that back. You're absolutely right. I'll take that back. I'll throw this caveat in there. The first half of the bottle, I'm not mixing it. Once I've had it several times on the rocks or neat or whatever, then I might do a cocktail or two with it.
So I'm almost the opposite of you. I will cocktail it right away. I will have it neat. I will have it rocks, and I will cocktail. Then I will make that decision right there. The rest of it is going to be drank neat, right? But I try it in every capacity right away, and then.
Fair enough.
To me.
This is fantastic too.
I'm glad. Yeah, I understand that if you're drinking something whiskey forward, you need a really good whiskey in it. I get that, but a cocktail is the sum of the ingredients. So I'm with Doug. I'm not going to use my high-end whiskey in a cocktail. It's good. I'm drinking them neat only. I'm using damn good whiskey in my cocktails.
Yeah, I would never. Look, I'm not buying a $10 bottle of whiskey, right?
No,
no. I'm not.
But let me be clear. I'm a working class guy, so my idea of high end might be different from your version of high end.
Oh, right? Hell no, it's not. It's not. It's not. Yeah, when I say high end, I'm not referring to like a $2,000 bottle of Pappy because I'm never going to buy that.
I mean, okay, but let me take that price point down. I wouldn't put a $200 bottle of whiskey.
If anybody ever wants to give me one,
I wouldn't use a $200 bottle of whiskey in a cocktail, but anywhere between $50 and $100, I would.
Yeah, no, I've done that. Yeah, if I'm spending $100 is the rule of thumb. If for some reason, and I don't do it often, but if I spend over $100 on a bottle of bourbon, I'm not putting it in a cocktail.
No, as a matter of fact, I don't spend over $100 for a bottle of bourbon anymore. I think the highest I'm willing to go.
I honestly don't either.
There's John, I love Blanton's.
Yep.
And it's really, really hard to find, right?
Mm-hmm.
The liquor store right down there has like 3 bottles of Blanton's.
Mm-hmm.
They're $140 each.
That's crazy.
I'm not buying.
Blanton's is an awesome $50 bottle of whiskey. It's a great $50 bottle.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm not paying $140 for it.
No. It's price gouging with Blanton's, as it is with a lot of other bourbons. But let me tell you something. You know what the cost to the stores, and I'm speaking from knowledge. You know what the cost to the stores on Blanton's is right now?
45.
It's in the 60s. Right.
Oh gosh, that's crazy.
That's
crazy.
That's high.
So they're not. You're not getting. Look, 140 is gouging, 100%.
Still gouging, yes.
But you're not getting. You're not. They're not making any money unless they're charging you $90 for that bottle.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing for me: if I've got $90 in my hand, to me, there's better bourbons out there.
I get two bottles. I'll get two $45 bottles.
See, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I got while I was there?
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
No. Oh no, he's circling.
He's circling.
He's circling. Come on,
kept us in
Dave,
suspense.
Come back to us, Dave. Come back.
We want to know. Come on.
Let me get the mojo working.
He kept us in suspense. You know what I got while I was there, and he's gone.
He's gone. He's gone, baby, gone.
He did that on purpose.
So now that you've been on that second cocktail, tell me a little bit more about it.
What?
How has it changed since you started it?
It's not. It's honestly, it's a slightly sweeter Negroni.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
The cranberry, the sweetness in the cranberry is playing with the Campari, right? In the vermouth rather, and it's juxtaposing the bitterness of the Campari.
Gotcha.
And Dave's gone, and
he'll be back.
He'll be back. And whatchamacallit, but this guy on that Reddit post and the others that I saw, they're not wrong. No, this is not. Hold on one second. There he is.
Dave is back.
You okay there?
We missed you, buddy.
I can't hear you.
You on your phone?
I don't know why.
He's on his phone now. Something happened with his computer.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Very into that thing.
Is that your phone? Like I'm talking to him like is that your phone?
Do you speak English?
No hablo inglés. No. Apparently, my laptop no longer holds a charge, and it died right during the show.
Oh, okay.
But what I was going to say is, I didn't buy the Blantons down there. Instead, I bought a bottle of this
Buffalo, yeah,
for $30.
Seriously?
You can't go wrong.
No, hell no. Buffalo Trace is a great bottle of bourbon. I mean, I've been paying like $40 for a bottle of Buffalo Trace, so $30 is fantastic.
Yeah. So,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Why? Can you not hear me?
Well, you just said you couldn't hear before. Now you can.
I can now.
Okay, good.
We got you.
All right. Well, look at the top of your head and your palm tree, but that's besides.
It's actually a corn plant, but
It's a corn plant.
Oh, fuck it.
Are you making whiskey or a corn lager?
No, I'm making corn plants. There's no corn in them. They just look like corn. They look like corn husks.
Yes, they do.
If you take a look at that, that looks like a corn husk.
It does.
So,
You're absolutely right.
but at any rate,
cool. All right. Anyway, too good. Yeah, too good to cocktail for me. Neat only. That was his last comment. Then he said, "While I agree with Tom, your cocktail will only be as good as what you put in it. I think those mid-range boozes are the best for cocktails."
Yeah, and having said that, I mean, typically what I buy as high end is what most would consider mid range.
Right, and then I won't highball or cocktail my top shelf liquor.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely not. but see,
no, God, finish what you're going to say, and I'll put the other comment up.
Again, my caveat is depending on the cocktail. If I'm making a Manhattan, I do want to use very good whiskey.
Fair enough. Doug Smith's last comment, he says, Johnny and Dave, not in our markets, but you have to get your hands on Old Dominic out of Memphis. Amazing product.
Yeah, they are. They really are. I mean, I've been a fan of them for a long time, man.
I will. I will speak to a couple people I know in Tennessee. And
the first time I found Old Dominic was in 2018.
2018.
First time I found Old Dominic was the vacant lot next to the liquor store.
Old Dominic. Oh, he was with Tommy the Tongue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Big Balls of Billy.
Big Balls Billy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Big Balls Billy.
Exactly.
Oh,
Sammy the Schnoz.
Shout out to Coco Taylor. That's a
Chubby the Tuba.
Big Balls of Billy is a Coco Taylor. That's from Wang Dang Doodle.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, it's a great.
Johnny, I got to ask you a question. How much longer are we running this thing? Because if you're going to run it a few more minutes, I'm going to make cocktail number 3.
We can go another 6, 7 minutes. Your call.
I'm going to finish my beer and then I am done. I've got to get up 6:30 in the morning. I've
You
got
do,
to
yeah.
Oh, damn.
I got
Oh,
to go into the city tomorrow, and I'm
that's
trying
a
to get.
damn shame, David.
Yeah,
That's
but
a damn shame.
I'm also recovering from a chest cold. So,
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
the
he had
the
hot
booze
toddies
helps.
on Monday, beers last night, cocktails tonight. So
Oh, yeah, I get it. I get it.
You know what helps.
It perfectly. So
You know what helps a chest cold?
what's that? Malort. There
Oh,
you go.
God. No, a hot toddy. Don't drink that stuff. That tastes like foot sweat and sadness.
Yes, which is what you need to cut through a
Drink
junk.
some whiskey, honey, and lemon, man. Don't drink that nasty stuff.
Oh, you know I love my toddies. I make a damn good toddy, even to the point that Carrie's not a big bourbon fan, but she'll drink a toddy if I make it.
There you go. There you go. What are you? Are you having one right now?
Maybe after the show.
No, a Malort, not a hot toddy.
It depends on how much Doug Double Dog dares me on that one.
Triple dog dares you.
Oh, triple or jumping straight to triple.
Well, Johnny, you talked about doing 3 cocktails. Are you doing 3?
No, I'll finish these in the beer, and I'm
Wow. So
well, it's just the timing. I'm up against the sports show. So
what's the line in a breach of etiquette or something along those lines, or decorum, was it?
Decorum, yeah.
Yeah, decorum. In a breach of decorum, he went from the single dog dare to the triple dog dare.
A breach of decorum. He went straight from the triple dog, the double dog dare to double dare, the double dare, skipping over the double dog dare straight to the triple dog dare.
Straight to the triple dog dare.
Yeah. And yes, I can. Here we go.
I can't imagine what Malort would taste like after that Mexican hot chocolate cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
I still got to get a better name from other than come on.
There you go.
And look your mama.
I triple dog.
I had a shot earlier today. I triple dog dare you. There you go.
I hate you and love you at the same time, Dougie.
There you go. All right, now.
But I'm only doing this for medicinal purposes.
So hold on a second. If David, I don't have Malort because that shit is nasty. But if David's doing a shot, I think we should all 3 do a shot.
I will do a shot of my Negroni. So there you go.
Oh,
actually, no, John. I want you to drink.
I don't have anything up here to do a shot with. That's
I
want you to drink. I want you to drink that gin straight.
Fine.
There you go.
That I will do. I just don't. Here, I'll do it out of the bottle.
There you go. Do it straight out of the bottle. Wrap your lips around that motherfucker and suck.
There you go. Cheers, gents.
Sludge it.
Come by.
Salute. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good.
I was going to say, I wanted you to taste that straight because that gin, that is one of my favorite gins I've ever put past my lips.
That's really good. That's really tasty.
They do a fantastic job. It's called afternoon tea.
Got a little it's afternoon tea, yeah.
Yeah, because there's black tea in it. It's one of the aromatics.
Really?
Right.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
It has to have the juniper in it, and the juniper's there.
Of course.
But you got the black tea and a couple of other aromatics in there. They wouldn't share all the aromatics with me while I was there, but because why would you?
Of course.
Well, I wouldn't tell you. No, hell no. You don't look trustworthy.
Exactly.
I
You
look
look so shady.
They made you sign an NDA, and then that would be it. But
You look a little shady. I ain't gonna lie.
exactly. So.
Oh mercy. Okay.
This is really good. I'm happy we did this. So Dave and I were thinking. So I mean, do we want to talk about this on the air? Or just tell Tom.
Yeah.
Let's put that in our pocket for now. We'll talk to Tom about it after the show. If we close it up.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the cocktails for the next show.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no. Let's talk about that now. I know what you're talking about. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about the cocktails for the next show.
Yeah. So Dave and I were thinking. He's gonna do one. We'll do the same thing. We'll do 2, and this is gonna be the week. This is gonna be literally exactly a week before Christmas, so it'll be the 18th.
Uh-huh.
And we'll do. I'm gonna do 2. We'll do 2 each, but I'm gonna do my eggnog. I'm gonna make my eggnog.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I'm going to do, I drink it all the time with bourbon, but Dave drinks it all the time, his eggnog, with amaretto. So
Mhm.
I'm going to do one of each. I'm going to do an amaretto one and I'm going to do a bourbon one.
Okay.
Dave said he'll do.
Well,
he'll
here,
Go ahead.
help me explain it. When I make eggnog, it's quite an ordeal. I would need, if I was going to do 2 different eggnogs, I'd need 2 stand mixers. I use my stand mixer
Mhm.
to make my eggnog. Just like everything I do, I go overboard.
A little bit.
So I will do my eggnog, but I'm also going to do my hot chocolate.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
He'll do his
So-
eggnog.
so-
He'll do his
so-
eggnog first, and he'll do it with amaretto. So I'll do the amaretto first to taste what that's like. Because I've known for years that Dave likes his eggnog with amaretto. I've never done it. I've never had it. So it'll be the first time I've tried it. And then I will do my second eggnog with my bourbon and
So
compare.
do we want the cocktails to be a mandatory eggnog and a second something else?
Doesn't have to be. That's just what I'm doing. What Dave's doing, but.
So
Well, I think-
I'm just trying to get my handle on the theme. So is it
Green taste, I guess, maybe, but it can be anything.
comforting Christmas cocktails?
I like that. I like that. Comforting Christmas cocktail.
cocktails. The power of alliteration, my friend.
Yes.
Comforting Christmas. I just wanted
And
to
the
see
thing
where
is-
we were going.
See, Tom
Because
knows me well enough that
When you were describing those cocktails, I was thinking comforting Christmas.
Then there you go.
and the thing is, Tom knows me well enough. I am a sucker for alliteration. I love alliteration.
And every
So
once
yeah,
in a while, I surprise him by sounding somewhat intelligent, and it doesn't happen often.
Exactly.
and every now and then he gets slightly above somewhat intelligent.
Yeah, it goes up.
Yeah,
He's got levels.
I get almost lucid every once in a while.
He's got these levels. He's got these layers like an onion.
I just like to keep the bar low and surprise folks every once in a while.
So Coach just said an eggnog Manhattan.
Oh, challenge accepted. I will do an
Okay.
eggnog Manhattan.
So that is that. There you go. That's the Whiskey Whisperers.
You know, I'll do.
challenge.
You know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. Tom, you do it, but do it as your second cocktail, and I'll tell you why. I will do my. I will do the amaretto one first. I'll do the bourbon one second. Halfway through, I will add vermouth, and I will
Okay.
have. So I'll have half of just my bourbon one that I do.
Gotcha.
Can't
That's
take vermouth
awesome.
out,
I love
right?
that.
Right.
Okay.
I'll put it in, and then I'll finish out with you with your eggnog Manhattan.
In the spirit of
Okay.
that, I may alter my hot chocolate halfway through it
There you go.
because
All right.
I've got an idea of.
That sounds
Yeah.
brilliant. I love that. Comforting Christmas cocktails. I
love it.
I'm writing it down right now. That's
That's,
what we're
that's
doing.
amazing. Love it. Write it down before we forget.
So
that,
my second cocktail will
because
be
we're all old and
an
forget
eggnog
shit.
Manhattan.
There we go.
Douglas, you're a genius.
There we go.
Or an asshole could go either way.
Yeah.
You're all great. Here we go. All right. On that note, gents, we will wrap up the show for today. We wanted to.
Thanks,
Enough of the
guys.
gentleman bullshit.
This
Enough
was
of the
awesome,
gentleman bullshit.
man.
I said gents. I didn't say gentlemen. It could just be a term of endearment.
Oh, that could be like 3 guys at the urinals. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's a very bad 80s movie.
Yeah, this is true. All right.
What, 3 guys at a urinal?
3 guys in a urinal. That was 3 men and a baby. You got that wrong.
Oh,
Well, I saw the Tijuana version. Dave's right.
oh, but there's a donkey involved in that one.
Yeah, yeah, there was. There was.
Yeah. Anyway, we will wrap
His,
it up.
his name was Fred.
It's a rather well endowed donkey. You kind of made me a little jealous. But
Exactly.
nevertheless.
Yeah. We want to thank everybody for watching. For those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website. All of the End of Chaser info will be on the Log Room guys website, www.logroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. Please remember, like us and follow us on Facebook at End of Chaser. And of course, all of our shows are available on YouTube as well on the Logger Room channel. Remember, we go live with a video podcast on Facebook and YouTube every other Wednesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Castbox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the End of Chaser podcast.
That was not as smooth as yet last
No,
night.
yes, last night was better. Yeah.
I love when he talks fast.
I know.
I gotta tell you, he should be an auctioneer.
There we go. Anyway, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Continue to have a wonderful holiday season. And we'll talk to you in a couple weeks, folks.
And we'll be here for you for all your drinking needs.
There you go. Talk to you soon, folks. Cheers.
Cheers.